This conference will now be recorded.
We'll talk about override. What is the override? As we discussed in the last session, if the parent has any behavior, that behavior has child that behavior, the child is modified that behavior, and uh, the child has given his own functionality or own behavior. When we call child object dot that behavior, you'll get the child's behavior. So the child is changing the behavior. The child class, in the child class, where we are providing our own behavior. It's called override. Just look at here. There is a parent and there is a child. If you see here, there is a tax. Calculate the tax. And there is a child who extend the parent. He also has a tax. The way he calculates tax is different than the parent, the calculating the tax. This kind of requirement, and this kind of overriding, or the child is overriding the behavior, we call as overriding. Okay, we could take a simple example. We have a parent class and we have a child class. The parent class has one argument called salary and behavior it is calculating the tax. Let's take an example. This is the parent. This is the parent calculate tax method, and this is child's calculate tax method. Then when you go ahead and then you can directly call parent method, child method. Parent has one behavior, child has the same behavior, but his functionality has been changed. It's called override. Override. Okay, let me explore this. Look at here, calculating the tax and parent. This is the parent tax 120. This is the calculating the tax and child class. Calculating the tax and child class. The way he calculates is different. Okay. So how the child is calculated the tax. Child's salary, parent salary. If you observe here, whatever the method parent has, method signature, and you can see the same signature, but inside the functionality have changed. This is called override. You are overriding the parent's behavior. And it's not only methods, we can also override the variables in Scala. It is not there in Java. Only in Scala we can do that. Variables also we can override. It's a parent salary. Child salary, parent salary. Child salary and parent salary. You can also, this is we discussed in the last session, the parent reference child object. Okay, if you want to take this example, let's move on to the next topic. Before we move to the next topic, do you guys have any questions? Any questions? Override. Override is the keyword we can use for method and variables only. Okay. I hope everyone took that example. Okay. Next. Before we move into um, the next concept, let's talk about the access modifiers. Access modifiers. Can anyone tell me what is the access modifier?
Is it public, private?
Correct. Public, private, and protect. Right? Public, private, protect. What is this access modifier? What is the use of them? Can anyone tell me? Why do we need access
According to
modifier?
the keywords, the variable or the object will be accessible to the part of the code,
Hmm.
accessible or
Based on
visible.
based on this access modifier, we'll confirm that we'll define the scope or we'll define the where and all we can make use of it. Where and all we can make use of it. Let's take an example. We have a different places. One is within the class. Within the class. When we say within the class, I have declared a class. Within this class, I have declared a class. Within this class. Other one is outside the class. Outside the class, same package. When say package, this folder structure. That folder structure. Another one is within the pack or outside the pack, within subclass. These are the different uh, places where we actually can check that whether they're accessible or not. They're accessible or not. If you take a public, the name itself is saying no public. So if you take a public can be accessible everywhere. Let's make a note. If you declare a public, you can access everywhere. That is within the class, outside the class, outside the package, outside the class, outside the package, and subclasses are everywhere. Okay. So that's the reason public access modifier. Public can be accessed everywhere. They can be accessible everywhere. Sir, I don't write anywhere as a public. If you don't write public by default, it's a public. There is no modifier, it means it's a by default public.
Ravi, can we define a variable at line number 2?
Here, you
Yeah.
cannot define it. It has to be inside the class, right?
Outside class we cannot. Right. Okay.
No, outside the class, inside the method you can do. Inside the
Right.
method, you can do. Outside the class, you can do.
Mhm.
If it is outside the class, you can do another class or something. It has to be in a block of either class or in a method or in the block. It has to be. Okay. Is it clear to everyone? The access modifier public. The access modifier public can be accessed within the class, outside the class. When I say outside the class, it means any other class. I have a class A, class B. In the class A, I have some variables that can be make use in class B. Okay, and outside the package, it means I have one class is defined inside this package in this directory. I can make use in other directories. That is possible. In other directory, I have some subclass relation. In the subclass also you can use. So the simple answer is, if it is a you don't specify any modifier, it means you can access everywhere. It's a public access. Okay. Is everyone clear about the public? Let's make a note of it. You can just write a public. You can write like this, guys. First, you can keep access modifier. Then you can say within the class, outside the class, outside the class, within package, within package, say different class, different class. Outside the class, outside the package, and there is one more subclass. You can keep like this. Access modifier public default. Okay, you can just keep the default. Within a class, yes, we can do the we can access. Outside the class, in outside the class in other class, other package, yes, we can. Within a package in other class, yes, we can. Outside the package in other class, yes, we can. Subclass, yes, we can. This is the public. Public. Public means it is full access. There is something called protect. Within the class, yes. Outside the class, can anyone tell me?
No.
Outside the class, no. Within package, no. Outside the package,
No.
No.
outside the package, no. But outside the package,
Subclass, yes.
subclass, yes.
Subclass should be yes, right?
Subclass is yes. Next, private. It's a big no for everything. Only yes is here. I want you guys to do some experiments, write some classes, and try declaring private, public, and all those things. Okay. So this is how you need to make it.
So, Ravi, we need to use the keywords, right? Except when the variable is declared within the class.
Hmm.
Like
You have
like
to
like if I
use
have, yeah, like if I have
private.
to use.
Let's say, I want to declare private age. Okay.
Mhm.
So in the class, let me show you like this. We'll write this age. You can access within this class.
Yeah, yeah. Can I? Is there any example of public which is used in some other class?
See, so far whatever we have written, so many days, they're all public.
That is all public only. Yeah.
If you
Except,
remove this private here, so by default it's a
yeah.
public. If you can specify explicitly, or if you don't specify anything, it is public.
So we would use some keyword to access that variable, or it will be accessible directly.
It will be accessible directly. No, nothing. You
No
can
keyword
directly
required.
access. Keyword is required.
Okay.
Okay. Please, I want you everyone to try their own. Okay, I want to see public, private, and public. Next, protected. Most important. Protected name, protected age. This is within the class. Yes, I'm able to access. Within the class, yes, I'm able to access. When I come outside the class, when I try outside the class, no, I cannot access. It's not allowing outside the class. Will it allow outside the package? No. But you can do outside the package if it is a subclass. Outside the package if it is a subclass. Okay. Protected access. Let's say I'm getting it from here. I created a subclass. It's a parent. It's a sub. Please make a note. Outside the package if it is a subclass, then no access. Otherwise it cannot be. It cannot be. No modifier means public, guys. No modifier means public. Everything can be accessed. Next, abstraction. Abstraction, the most important for interview, something called abstraction. Can anyone tell me what is abstraction? Give me a minute, I'll just back.
By abstraction, we can we will be able to like only part of the code or part of the
Yeah,
object will be visible to other people
yeah,
or
I'll
the
come
class.
back in a minute. Mr.
Yeah.
I'll back in. Back. No. Okay. Abstraction is nothing but hiding the implementation details and provide the functionality. The simple definition is hiding the implementation details and provide the functionality itself. Just take a simple example. We will be driving our bike or car, right? So we know that how to drive, how it will work, and how it will move, how it will pick up, how it will run, right? But we really not sure internally how that the fuel is converting into a power, and how when you apply the brake, how it is applying the brake and how it is stopping. These are all we don't really not sure, right? These are all implementation details we really don't know, but we know how to make use of it. Correct? That's called abstraction. That's called abstraction. So abstraction is nothing but hiding the implementation details and provide the functionality. Hiding the implementation details and provide the functionality. That's called abstraction. If anyone asks in an interview, please say this example or please say this definition. Hiding the implementation details and provide the functionality is nothing but abstraction. So here, if you see that abstract class, abstract can be achieved by using class and methods. Abstraction will be achieved by using class and methods. Abstract methods will be there and abstract class will be there. Abstract methods will be there and abstract classes will be there. So what is abstract method? What is abstract method? A method, a method which will not be having any definition. If you see the line number 11, see the line number 11, it's a method. It's a method. There is no definition, right? Yes or no? The method declaration is there in the line number 11. There is no implementation. There is no implementation. So just a declaration. There is no implementation. So such kind of thing we can call abstract method, or you can use the keyword called abstract, or you can use the keyword called abstract in front of your method declaration. You can keep your it's called a keyword called abstraction. Are you guys following me? So the purpose of this is you are hiding the implementation details. You are providing only the functionality. Are you guys following me? Looks like the sound is more these days compared to earlier.
But how
Ravi,
this
that
this can be used?
So the useful is like, let's say I have a model, okay. So abstract, there is a, let's say I'm designing a new car. First, what you will do, you will design a wheels, you will design some body, you will design something, and you design the headlights, you will design the look and all those things, right? But it can't be implemented immediately, right? So what will happen? You will have an idea in your mind. It's an idea. So that idea will be implemented when you have an implementation class. When you have implementation class, or when you have a really you need to implement. So do you guys I think in college days we used to do like submitting the abstract for the project, either it's a major project or mini project. We'll submit the abstract document. What is abstract document? The abstract document is nothing but,
Synopsis.
yes, you are submitting your idea. So this is my idea. So when you are this idea will be, actually you'll implement it later. In the later stage you'll implement that idea. That's called implementation class. Look at here the bike. The class name is bike. Okay, the in front of the class name, if you keep as abstract, it's abstract class. And the abstract class can have at least one abstract method. Can have a method, cannot be having a method, there's no matter. But if you have at least one method, the class has to be abstract class. Abstract class can have abstract methods or not, but if a class has abstract method, the class should be abstract. You guys following me? If a class you declare abstract class, there is a you may have abstract methods or may not, but if a class has abstract method, the class must be abstract. The class must be abstract.
Yeah.
Okay, and look at that implementation. If any of the class has abstract method, if anyone is extending that class, inheritance, the child class should provide the implementation. Otherwise, the class also has to be abstract. Look at here the simple example. Get speed is my abstract method here. So since I have just a declaration, there is no body. So get speed is abstract. So if I didn't override this method, look at here the issue. Am I audible to everyone? If any class is extended the abstract class, if that abstract class has abstract methods, if it is not to override that abstract method like this, it will throw an error saying that either the class has to be declared as abstract class or you have to provide the implementation. So it clearly shows that class KTM must either be declared abstract or implement abstract method called getSpeed. So please remember, guys, if you have a abstract class with abstract methods, if you have a abstract class with abstract methods, and you are going to implement this into the child class, if the child class C extends the abstract class, that the class, whichever the class is extending, the child class must and should provide the implementation for the abstract methods, or the child class also must be declared as a abstract. Okay, look at here. Along with that, you can have other methods as well. I have a disk. Disk whether you can override or not is really not important. Let's say I'll just remove this, so nothing will happen. Okay, so but abstract methods are not like that. Try to remember the implementation should be there. Okay, so if the abstract methods, abstract classes, if you try to use it, please make sure that you are providing the perfect functionality. Is this clear to everyone? So some people may ask in interview, can I have a constructor in abstract class? Yes, you can have a constructor in abstract class. Yes, you can have a constructor in a abstract class. It's important for interview questions, guys. Can I create an object for the constructor? Abstract class? No. Abstract classes cannot be allowed to create objects. You cannot do like this. Look at here. You cannot do like this. Class bike is abstract, cannot be instantiated. Class bike is abstract, cannot be instantiated. You cannot write like this. Okay, you cannot create this. Then, sir, if I'm not able to create a object for the abstract class, what is the point? Having constructor? What is the point having a constructor? Because whatever constructor you declare in the abstract class, so when you implement into the child can access it by using the super keyword or by using initialize. The child class can provide implementation for the variables. Okay, so that's the reason we can have a constructor. Let's see, look at the other. Let me close all of them. Let me open the next example. Okay, let's look at here. I have a class called animal with the primary constructor. You can have, that's what I'm trying to say. You can have with a constructor, and you have a variables, and you have a methods which does not have a body. Okay, then just move on to down. Wherever you're providing implementation, wherever extending, so let's say dog, animal. So look at here, the child class dog also making use of the constructor, and it will start using the implementation like this. Start with the implementation like this. Cat. Okay. So non-abstract methods and abstract methods, we can provide the functionality for them. Any question about abstract? Okay, I hope everyone's gone through once. Object dot variables. Okay. Any questions about abstraction? It's the most important concept for interview. One of the pillar of abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation. These are the 4 pillars of abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, and encapsulation. These are the 4 pillars of OOPS. Is this clear to everyone? Any questions about abstraction?
Ravi, here that eat method, we have any definition of that? It would have been the main class, right? The dog as abstraction.
Eat. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get you. Let me go through that eat method.
Can you get? We are
It's
overriding
actually
E here.
it's coming from parent,
Okay.
no?
So we are
It's
overriding
abstraction.
it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you can overwrite in the dog class, you can overwrite in the cat class, you can overwrite in the horse. So whoever is implementing, whoever is extending the animal, yes, they have to provide the implementation for them. They have to provide the implementation. Okay. Is this clear? Abstraction. Please try a couple of examples, guys. This is most important abstraction. Okay, you can have a constructor, you can have a variables, you can have a normal methods, you can have a private methods also. Okay, so if you don't implement the methods, the class has to be declared as a either you have to declare or you have to define the class as abstract. This is most important. Okay. Can I jump into next? Okay, you guys can try these examples. I want you guys to try these examples as abstraction. Okay, it's very simple. If you define the keyword called abstract in front of the class, then that class will become abstract. When you create an object, it will by default consider as abstract object. And when you declare variables and member functions abstract, they have to be that abstract way. If not, we can provide the implementation or we can not implement those methods. Clear, guys? Rishabh, Sudhir, Prem, Ashok. So
Yeah,
there
Ravi.
is something
Clear.
called trait. Which is similar to abstraction, but it has a little difference. Okay, that's the difference is in the trait we cannot have a constructor. In abstract class we can have a constructor. Rest all is same. Rest all is same. So this is the most important for interview, trait and abstract. People will ask what is the difference between the trait and abstract. What is a trait? People will ask what is a trait. So you can clearly say that traits are like an abstraction where we can have abstract methods and non-abstract methods. And when you want to make use of this functionality in the child class, you can use the traits. With traits, the beauty of the traits is you can use the class name with the trait name. With is the keyword. How we have extents, we can use the with. Okay, so I'll explain in detail about the traits in the next session. So I want you guys to do hands-on with the access modifiers as well as the abstract class. So please go ahead and do that now. If you want, you can stay back and do that, or you can drop and do that. I want everyone to do the hands-on. Everyone, this is the most important, and do that hands-on and ask me the doubts. Traits are very simple, guys. As I told you, right? Same as your abstract classes. You can have abstract methods and non-abstract methods. You can have abstract methods and non-abstract methods, but you cannot have a constructor. But in the trait, we cannot have a constructor. We'll see in detail this in the next session, and also I'll show you how we can make use this these traits. Okay, class extend traits with. If you want to do the extension, you can use the extension. If you don't want to do that, I'll show that example also. I'll explain the trait in detail. Please do hands-on with the abstract and other stuff. That's the most important. Either you can try now itself, or you guys can do it later. Any questions, guys? Any questions before we stop? Okay, if no questions, we'll drop off now. We'll connect in the next session tomorrow. Let's see how it will continue. Okay, thank you, guys. Bye.
Okay, Ravi, thank you.